Hello, friends and family. Three categories of students in the school of humility. Number one, those who humble themselves. Number two, those who are humbled by men. Number three, those who are humbled by God. Number one, those who humble themselves. I call this voluntary humility, whereby you see the need to be humble and you humble yourself in the sight of God and in the sight of men. Bible says, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God and he will exalt you in due time. So there is a place for humility by voluntariness. You volunteer to be humble. Even though there could be things that could make you proud, your gifts, your talents, the anointing of God over your life, connections, influence, so many things may want to bring pride. But on this occasion, you decide to be humble. In fact, this is one of the best as far as I'm concerned. Now, secondly, those who are humbled by men. There are people that they try to be proud, but men that are in greater positions than them, or men that are beefing them, men that hate them, men that are envious of their successes, decide to humble such men. I call it humiliation. So it is possible for a man to be humbled by his fellow man. Very, very possible. Or let me use this line. They will say, let us treat his fuck up. They will humble him. They will make him see that he is nothing. Especially those who made him or those who contributed to his success. They can decide to disgrace him and bring him down. This particular kind of humility is not advisable for anybody because the after effect is not always good. Then number three, those who are humbled by God. We can see an example of this in the case of Nebuchadnezzar and Pharaoh. These two men in powerful positions became proud. They were even proud against God, and God decided to humble them. We know the story of Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel chapter 4, how God humbled him, and for 7 years he began to eat grass on the field. And we know the case of Pharaoh. He was humbled by God at the Red Sea in Exodus chapter 14. So this is the worst of all. It is better for a man to humble himself, or for a man to be humbled by his fellow man, than for a man to be humbled by God. So I will advise you in this season, humble yourself. That's the best. That's the first category, which is the best category. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. That is the only kind of humility that carries a blessing. When a man humbles you, there's no blessing in it, rather there is disgrace. When God humbles you, there's no blessing in it, rather there is disgrace. But when you humble yourself, that's when you attract divine attention and divine blessing. I pray God will help us to have a better understanding of this. I am Apostle Tunde Akinola, and I say good morning and God bless you.